Chapter 995. Avis slammed the table and leaped to his feet. What nonsense are you talking about? I've already told you that the lady yesterday was Yeva. Are you trying to play tricks on me? Vice President Avis, why are you so angry? Vice President Lee chuckled softly and tried to comfort Avis. Vice President Avis, you're being unreasonable. That lady yesterday is Chinese. How can you say that she's Yeva? Don't worry. If she were Yeva, we would never allow her to compete. President Chi chuckled softly. She is. Avis replied. No. She's not. She's Chinese. Her name is Lin Yan, and she's part of the racing team. She's also a famous actress. Everyone knows that, Vice President Lee replied. I understand what you're trying to say. Are you trying to trick me? Are you trying to recruit Yeva into the racing team? Avis hissed coldly. Ha ha ha. Vice President Avis, why are you being so direct? Isn't it good for everyone to give each other a way out? If we fall out with each other, it won't benefit anyone. Oh, no. You guys are the ones who won't benefit the most. Vice President Lee grinned thoughtfully. If the public finds out that Yeva was banned from the competition because you guys accused her of using stimulants. TSK. I can't imagine what kind of public opinion it would cause. I remember that Yeva has fans all over the world. Hearing this, Elvis's face instantly flushed red, and his eyes were filled with anger. Also, like I said, that Miss Lin is Chinese. She is a legal resident of China and has an ID card. Vice President Lee tossed Lin Yan's identification card on the table. Vice President Avis, is her name Lin Yan or Yeva on this identification card? Are you trying to ban an outstanding racer from competing for the rest of her life? This is a provocation. You can't stand on this ground. Vice President Avis gritted his teeth and clenched his fists tightly. You are twisting words and forcing logic. The higher-ups in the office exchanged glances and couldn't help but chuckle. They were indeed twisting words and forcing logic. So what? Yeva was a Chinese citizen, so she belonged to the racing team. She was one of the top fighters in the country. Besides, wasn't Lin Yan's name written on the ID card? They had used Lin Yan, not Yeva. They could ban Yeva for life, but they wouldn't allow Lin Yan to be banned. Even if they shed all pretense of cordiality, they were not afraid that public opinion would stand on their side. How dare he fight them head-on without any preparation? They had underestimated the Chinese Racing Guild. Watching Avis leave angrily, President Chi, Vice President Lee, and the other upper echelons burst out laughing. The resentment he had been suppressing in his heart could finally be vented today. Madam Yeva. No, Miss Lin, please come out. He has left, one of the higher-ups said. Lin Yan strode out. Lin Yan gave everyone a thumbs up. That was King powerful. As she had said yesterday, these people were really flawless. She had to admit that the older they were, the wiser they were. She had finally seen it for herself today. Miss Lin, don't worry. They wouldn't dare to fall out with you. Vice President Lee sneered coldly. That would only harm them. End of this chapter. Chapter 996. It was common for racing guilds to compete with each other. As a racer, Lin Yan knew a thing or two about it. Since the racing guild had said that it was fine, it had to be fine. Miss Lin, I'll head to the conference room first. You can wait for half an hour, said Vice President Lee. Lin Yan nodded. Okay. Lin Yan pushed open the door of the conference room. At this moment, Vice President Lee was in the conference room. Many outstanding Chinese professional racers were seated below him. Old Liang, Su Kai, and the others were among them. Lin Yan, who asked you to come? Can't you see that we are having a meeting? Old Liang was enraged when he saw that Lin Yan had barged in uninvited. He bellowed coldly at Lin Yan. Lin Yan shrugged and glanced at Vice President Li. Su Kai, on the other hand, looked as though she was watching a good show. Liang Ming, why are you shouting? Vice President Li glanced at old Liang with a frown. Vice President, I have already kicked Lin Yan out of the team. She is lawless. Such a person is simply rat-sh*t, old Liang told Vice President Li. Vice President Li glanced at old Liang expressionlessly and said impatiently, I invited Miss Lin Yan. Is there a problem? Everyone was stunned when they heard old Liang's words. What? The Vice President invited her? Old Liang stared at the Vice President in astonishment. How could that be possible? The Vice President had invited Lin Yan? Old Liang, you're a member of China's Racing Guild, and your words and actions represent the guild. Why don't you apply such a description to yourself when you call others rat-sh*t? Vice President Li stared at old Liang and said coldly. Vice President. This is, old Liang glanced at Vice President Li in disbelief. What are you talking about? Apologize to Miss Lin, Vice President Li said. The conference room was in an uproar. Everyone thought that they had heard wrongly. The Vice President of the Racing Guild had asked old Liang to apologize to Lin Yan. He had done it in front of so many people. He hadn't shown old Liang any mercy. Vice President, are you saying that I should apologize to her? Old Liang asked in disbelief. Yes, you didn't hear wrongly. Apologize to Miss Lin, Vice President Li stared at old Liang and said. Vice Guild Leader, you aren't joking, right? Elder Liang could not understand the Vice Guild Leader's actions. Do you think I'm joking with you? Vice President Li said indifferently. Elder Liang, even though he wasn't sure what was going on, Vice President Li's expression didn't seem like he was joking. After hesitating for some time, old Liang gritted his teeth and glanced at Lin Yan. Lin Yan, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that to you. I hope you can forgive me. Vice President Li grinned at Lin Yan. Miss Lin Yan, old Liang has a fiery temper, but he doesn't mean anything bad. Vice President Li had already given her face, so she couldn't say anything else. It's fine. Lin Yan grinned. All right, if that's the case, then let's put this matter behind us. Vice President Li nodded with a smile. This scene caused Su Kai to have a strange expression on her face. What was wrong with Vice President Li? Was there a need to treat Lin Yan this way? Let me introduce her to everyone. Vice President Li glanced at everyone and said, This is Miss Lin Yan. From now on, she will be the captain of all the teams under the Racing Guild. Chapter 997. Head Captain. Everyone stared at Lin Yan in disbelief. Had they heard wrongly? A newbie like Lin Yan would be the head captain of a team under the guild? Vice President, is there a mistake? Su Kai suddenly stood up and glanced at Vice President Li. Vice President Li glanced at Su Kai and chuckled softly. There's no mistake. The President appointed her personally. The President appointed her personally? Su Kai was astonished. How could she know what had happened? Even Chi Feng was surprised. He couldn't understand the guild's actions. Just yesterday, Lin Yan had been his navigator. However, today, she had become the head captain of all the teams under the Chinese Racing Guild. This kind of thing could be said to be unprecedented. There was no captain position in the team under the guild. Generally speaking, the higher-ups of the guild would be in charge of it. Even the most experienced racers in the country didn't have the right to do so, let alone a newbie like Lin Yan. Su Kai's eyes were fixed on Lin Yan as she pondered this. Su Kai wasn't stupid. She naturally knew that things weren't that simple. Lin Yan had to be related to the guild. Otherwise, this wouldn't have happened. Oh yeah, besides our team, Miss Lin Yan's Aurora team will also be participating in the international competition, added Vice President Li. Aurora team? Everyone was baffled, as though they had never heard of such a team before. Team Aurora. I think I saw on a racing website that the Aurora racing team is hiring racers. It's a newly established team, and they haven't even found a racer yet. Vice President Lee, is this the Aurora racing team you're talking about? One of the racers asked, looking at Vice President Lee in astonishment. Vice President Lee's eyes trailed to Lin Yan. Lin Yan nodded gently. Vice President Lee grinned. Yes. Although Aurora is a newly established team, I believe that with the hard work of Miss Lin Yan and the Chinese Racing Guild, Aurora will definitely have a bright future. All the racers were speechless. Whether they had great prospects or not, it did not seem to have anything to do with them. In any case, they had nothing to do with the Aurora Battle team. The Aurora team is a new team, so we don't have any racers yet. In order to ensure that the Aurora team can enter the international competition stage and shine, the guild has decided that head captain Lin Yan will be able to pick any racers from the top 3 teams. She will be able to join the Aurora team. Vice President Lee grinned. As soon as Vice President Lee's words fell, the audience went into an uproar. What kind of joke was this? Asking them to go to a newly established beginner team, and it was even established by a newcomer. I object. Objection overruled. It's the president's decision. Vice President Lee waved his hand. Chief Captain Lin Yan, you can choose some first. The racers from the other 2 teams will be here tomorrow. You can challenge them as you wish, replied Vice President Lee. Lin Yan scanned the crowd and her eyes landed on Chi Feng. She grinned. Mr. Chi Feng, are you interested? Chi Feng was speechless. What could he say? Anything. Chi Feng smiled awkwardly after pondering for a moment. Chapter 998. Other than Chi Feng, Lin Yan had also chosen 2 outstanding racers. However, the 2 racers didn't look very willing. They had no choice but to agree because of the pressure from the guild. The racers who hadn't been chosen by Lin Yan heaved a sigh of relief. They were glad that Lin Yan hadn't chosen them. After leaving the guild, Lin Yan returned to Cloud Manor. Lin Yan called Ling Yu and Xing Chen to her room. Miss Lin, how can I not act? I'm not an actor. I don't know how to act. Xing Chen said immediately when he saw Lin Yan. No way. I've already promised them and received a deposit. How can I go back on my word? Just do me a favor and I'll pay you. What do you think? Lin Yan glanced at Xing Chen. Xing Chen was speechless. Was he that desperate for money? Xing Chen, Sister Yan saved our lives. It's okay if you do us a favor, Ling Yu told Xing Chen. Sigh. All right then, but let me say this first. I really don't know how to act. I can only perform on the spot. Don't blame me if I don't perform well, replied Xing Chen. Lin Yan chuckled softly. Don't worry. The client isn't a professional. You can just act. They aren't asking you to shoot a movie. Before Lin Yan could respond, Pei Yuqing sent her a video call. Xing Chen and Ling Yu looked at each other. Then, Xing Chen said, Miss Lin, we'll take our leave first. You can arrange how you want to act. After that, Ling Yu and Xing Chen left together. Lin Yan picked up the video call. On the screen, Pei Yuqing was dressed in a nightgown and holding a book. Why did you think of me? Lin Yan glanced at Pei Yuqing. Pei Yuqing hadn't contacted her in the past few days, so she was surprised to see him tonight. Pei Yuqing's eyes landed on Lin Yan as he replied softly, I just finished some work with the clan. When are you coming back? Asked Lin Yan. I'll be back soon, replied Pei Yuqing. Lin Yan was about to continue when Pei Yuqing interrupted her. You're trending. Lin Yan was speechless. Pei Yuqing had been busy these past few days, so they hadn't contacted each other. Hence, Lin Yan hadn't told him about what had happened that night. About Qin Huan, Lin Yan replied softly. Before she could finish, Pei Yuqing interjected softly, I deliberately kept Qin Huan by my side. On purpose? Lin Yan was startled. Yeah. Pei Yuqing nodded. It's a pity that we haven't been able to find the person behind him. It's the man in the black robe. I almost saw his face. What a pity. Lin Yan sighed heavily. Don't do that next time. It's dangerous, Pei Yuqing said after a moment of silence. At first, I also felt that it was very dangerous, but after I took action, I realized that it was not dangerous at all. Lin Yan grinned. What do you think of the black-robed man? It's rare, Pei Yuqing replied honestly. If you were to fight him, who would be stronger? Lin Yan was curious. You can't compare them. Pei Yuqing grinned. Can't be compared? Why? Aren't we all evolved beings? Lin Yan was puzzled. Although they are both evolved beings, the direction of their evolution is different. His body has evolved, and his body has evolved in a way that is almost invincible. He has even unlocked his genes. Pei Yuqing was deep in thought. Chapter 999. Lin Yan didn't really understand what Pei Yuqing was talking about. For example, the evolution of genes. Lin Yan was confused. What does unlocking genes mean? Lin Yan asked curiously. Lin Yan already understood that the evolution of the body and the evolution of the brain was similar to the difference between a warrior and a great sorcerer. However, what did genetic evolution mean? When the body evolves to the limit, it is possible to unlock the genes in the body and control them at will, Pei Yuqing replied. Huh? Lin Yan's eyes were filled with disbelief when she heard Pei Yuqing. If that was the case, that would be too terrifying. He could perfectly control his emotions and wouldn't fall sick. Even if he fell sick, no matter what kind of terminal illness it was, he could recover. He could change his skin color and appearance at will. Was he still human? From a certain perspective, he could be considered a true god. If I could control genes at will, wouldn't I be invincible? Lin Yan muttered to herself. You're talking about changing genes. Pei Yuqing grinned. Lin Yan was speechless. Is there a difference between controlling genes and changing genes? Lin Yan asked again. There is a difference. In the video, Pei Yuqing nodded. By controlling his genes, no disease or external threat can harm his life. He can also control his interests perfectly. If necessary, he can even give up the so-called 3 emotions and 6 desires. Pei Yuqing paused for a moment before he added, after controlling genes to the limit, it's possible to change genes and recombine them. Then, he will be an omnipotent god. It's the same as the evolution of the brain. What if I can change genes? Lin Yan was curious. Lin Yan had long been interested in the power and theoretical knowledge of evolved beings. This interest surpassed everything else. She was like a newborn baby when it came to the path of evolution. She had a strong interest in everything in the world and wanted to explore and discover. Pei Yuqing fell silent. Even Pei Yuqing hadn't expected that Lin Yan would ask such a question. He didn't know how to answer her. If he gave a professional explanation, Lin Yan wouldn't be able to understand. Have you seen lions and tigers? Pei Yuqing chuckled softly. The corners of Lin Yan's mouth twitched. You have. If you can completely change your genes, you can change your genes to those of a lion or tiger. That way, you can become a lion, a tiger, or a fish. This is just the tip of the iceberg, Pei Yuqing replied. Lin Yan was speechless. It's amazing. Lin Yan couldn't help but click her tongue. However, the black-robed man wasn't as scary as Pei Yuqing had described. Even if he couldn't change the recombinant genes, being able to control them was already frightening enough. If you were to fight with the black-robed man, who would win? Asked Lin Yan curiously. Our evolutionary paths are different, and so are our fighting styles. I can't be sure, but I'm sure of one thing. Pei Yuqing chuckled softly. What? If my mental strength is severely depleted, I will definitely die if he gets close to me, Pei Yuqing replied. So, you can't beat him? Lin Yan's eyes widened. Pei Yuqing chuckled softly. I'm talking about him getting close to me. What if he can't get close to you? asked Lin Yan. Chapter 1000. If he can't get close to me, I can destroy him completely, Pei Yuqing said softly. Lin Yan pondered this for a moment. If that was the case, Pei Yuqing shouldn't be a match for her. Did you see the video? He can't beat me. If he's a genetic evolver and can control genes, can I change my genes? Lin Yan looked hopeful. Pei Yuqing stared at Lin Yan for a long time, at a loss for words. He felt as though he was a bronze player who suddenly thought that he could defeat a king. I think that he might be giving in to you on purpose, Pei Yuqing said after some time. Let me win? Lin Yan, who was startled by Pei Yuqing's words, replied in surprise, how is that possible? Didn't you see how ferocious he was? If I really couldn't beat him, he would probably skin me alive. How could he have let me win? Besides, I don't know any other evolved beings. Pei Yuqing fell into deep thought. This was something he couldn't understand. If you don't believe me, you can ask Xing Chen and Ling Yu. I fought with him for a long time before I managed to chase him away. I probably relied on my strength, Lin Yan replied calmly. Pei Yuqing was speechless, perhaps. Pei Yuqing could only reply in the end. Before Lin Yan could speak, Pei Yuqing said solemnly, the video of you being filmed has spread far and wide in the evolved being circle. You have to be careful. Wait for me to return. Huh? Lin Yan was startled. It had spread far and wide in the evolved being circle. Did that mean that she was considered famous in the evolved being circle? Okay, I got it. I will wait for you to come back. You have to be careful outside. Lin Yan nodded. After ending the video call, Lin Yan stroked the two cats one by one. Before long, Chi Feng called to tell Lin Yan about his scenes. In the end, the filming was scheduled for 9:00 the next night. The next morning, Lin Yan went to the hospital to visit her grandfather and bring He Muyun some food. Then, she drove to Wang Jingyang's house. Lin Yan arrived at Wang Jingyang's house with ease. She took out the key from under the mattress and opened the door. Wang Jing was sitting on the sofa with a controller in his hand, concentrating on his game. Dog? Lin Yan walked over to Wang Jingyang and realized that he was behaving strangely. His eyes were glued to the game character on the TV. He was so focused that he didn't even react when she swayed in front of him. Wang Jingyang. Lin Yan slapped the back of Wang Jingyang's head when he didn't respond. Wang Jingyang furrowed his eyebrows. When he saw Lin Yan, he was startled. F***CK. Wang Jingyang glared at Lin Yan. Lin Yan, how did you get in here? You came in with the key. Do you think that hiding the spare key under your shoe is a secret? Lin Yan glanced at Wang Jingyang. Wang Jingyang, what were you doing just now? Did you go berserk while playing a game? I called you dozens of times, but you didn't hear me, quipped Lin Yan. Wang Jingyang thought for a moment and smiled. That level isn't easy, I have to concentrate. Sigh, let's not talk about this, why are you looking for me? I'm here to talk to you about the scene. Lin Yan went straight to the point. What scene? Wang Jingyang was confused. End of this chapter. Chapter 1001. Lin Yan glanced at Wang Jingyang with a frown. Didn't I tell you to act as the black-robed man? It was the video that went viral. Huh? The black-robed man? Wang Jingyang glanced at Lin Yan awkwardly. Why would I act as the black-robed man? I don't know how to act. Aren't you afraid that I'll mess it up? It's fine. Lin Yan chuckled softly. The client has low requirements. I just need to act. Wang Jingyang sighed heavily. Lin Yan always had weird requests, and he really wanted to reject her. Can I? Wang Jingyang looked serious. No. Lin Yan shook her head. Let's eat first. Take me to buy clothes after lunch. Wang Jingyang sighed helplessly. What clothes? Lin Yen was puzzled. You want me to act as the black-robed man? You have to buy me a black robe, replied Wang Jingyang. Lin Yen grinned. I can satisfy your request. We can go buy clothes after lunch. Let's go. I'll treat you to a feast. Wang Jingyang shook his head. Why didn't you say so earlier? I've already cooked. Oh, let's eat at your place then. Lin Yen grinned. Wang Jingyang was speechless. In the living room, Lin Yen couldn't help but drool as she watched Wang Jingyang serve the dishes. Even the simplest dishes looked, smelled, and tasted great. F***ck. Doggy, did you cook this? Lin Yen glanced at Wang Jingyang in surprise. Wang Jingyang, who was startled, instinctively scanned the room. Other than me. Is there anyone else? When did you learn to cook? I used to cook for you. I remember that you didn't even know how to cook, Lin Yen quipped curiously. You used to cook, but now that you're gone, I have to learn to cook. It's easy. Let's eat. Wang Jingyang fell silent for a moment before he glanced at Lin Yen. Lin Yen felt as though her taste buds were about to explode after just one bite. Oh my god. Doggy, this is so delicious. Lin Yen stared at Wang Jingyang in disbelief. If these simple home-cooked dishes could be made into such a delicacy, she was willing to call Wang Jingyang the god of cookery. Wang Jingyang sneered coldly. Keep a low profile. It's all because of your talent. Lin Yen was speechless. Eat more. Look at you. You've lost weight. Wang Jingyang continued smiling. Lin Yen placed her bowl and chopsticks aside after finishing her meal. Wang Jingyang stared at Lin Yen in confusion. He hadn't eaten yet. Eat. Why are you staring at me? Asked Lin Yen. Wang Jingyang frowned and looked at the empty plates. He pointed at one of the empty plates and asked, Hey, what dish is this? Scrambled eggs with tomatoes. Lin Yen grinned. Wang Jingyang nodded. Oh, if you didn't tell me, I would have thought it was fried air. But, where are the tomatoes and eggs? Lin Yen chuckled awkwardly. She seemed to have devoured everything. What dish is this? Wang Jingyang pointed at the other plate. Potato and green peppers with shredded pork, replied Lin Yen instinctively. Oh, if you didn't tell me, I would have thought it was stir-fried green peppers. Where are the potatoes and shredded meat? Wang Jingyang asked. Lin Yen was speechless. Lin Yen, damn you. You want me to eat an empty plate? You have a huge appetite. Whoever marries you in the future will go bankrupt. Wang Jingyang grumbled. Who asked you to cook so well? Even the rice smells so good. You can't blame me, Lin Yen replied matter-of-factly. Chapter 1002. The corners of Wang Jingyang's mouth twitched. Are you blaming me? Lin Yan's eyes darted around excitedly. Pup, I thought of a way to earn big money. What do you mean? Wang Jingyang asked curiously. I'll pay. Let's open a restaurant together. You'll be the chef. I guarantee that business will be good. We'll split the profits 50-50, okay? Lin Yen said excitedly. Lin Yen swore that Wang Jingyang's cooking was the best she had ever eaten in her life. All right, I'll be the chef and you'll be the waiter. We'll be rich in no time. Wang Jingyang nodded. I'll invest in a restaurant for you, but you want me to be a waiter? Lin Yen glanced at Wang Jingyang. She was an evolved being who was different from ordinary people. Besides earning money, her purpose in life was to save the world. She was a superhero, all right? I'm not eating anymore, you good for nothing. If you come to my house again, I'll throw the gas can at your face. Wang Jingyang snorted coldly. Look at how petty you are. Lin Yen picked up the utensils from the table and walked into the kitchen to wash the utensils. What are you doing? Wang Jingyang asked curiously. Didn't you eat? I'll cook for you, replied Lin Yan. Wang Jingyang nodded eagerly. That's more like it. Good brothers are loyal. Lin Yan snorted. Wang Jingyang fell silent as he watched Lin Yan busy herself in the kitchen. Shi frowned. The corners of Shi's mouth curled into a warm smile. His heart, at least at this moment, had a harbor that he could temporarily stay in. Half an hour later, Lin Yan put on her scarf and walked in with the food. There's soup too. Don't play games every day. You have to exercise too. Thank you. Wang Jingyang muttered softly. What? Lin Yan was startled, thinking that she had heard wrongly. I said that it tastes good. Wang Jingyang grinned. I said that I heard wrongly. The sun must have risen from the west for you to thank me, Wang Jingyang. Lin Yan sneered coldly. Ha, I will thank you. You have finished all my dishes. Isn't it what you should do to cook for me? Why should I thank you? Wang Jingyang said, unconvinced. Stop talking nonsense. Hurry up and eat. Rice can't stop your mouth, quipped Lin Yan. A familiar smell. After a while, Wang Jingyang put down his bowl and chopsticks, and an indescribable expression appeared in his eyes. How does it taste? Lin Yan grinned. Delicious. Lin Yan was puzzled by Wang Jingyang's expression. He seemed to be smiling and sad at the same time. However, in the blink of an eye, he returned to his normal self. Do you want to listen to a song? Wang Jingyang asked suddenly. What song? Asked Lin Yan curiously. Sit next to me, Wang Jingyang said. Lin Yan strode over to Wang Jingyang and sat down casually. Here. Wang Jingyang removed his earpiece and passed it to Lin Yan. The two of them sat together, speechless. The wind carried him on the longest journey, followed the sunset glow all the way without stopping, embraced the warm starlight and kissed the most beautiful flowers in the night, wandered willfully. Did he still remember his hometown? Life shuttled back and forth in the corner of time. He looked at the people who loved and hated in silence. Drifted with time, she forgot to live and remembered. He left her memories and lived again and again. End of this chapter. Chapter 1003. Let's go and play. Wang Jingyang tugged at Lin Yan's arm and led her to the couch. The two of them sat on the couch and Wang Jingyang tossed a game controller to Lin Yan. You're still playing this? Lin Yan glanced at Wang Jingyang in surprise. Yeah. Wang Jingyang nodded. Lin Yan remembered that this game had been extremely difficult. She had dragged Wang Jingyang along because she couldn't beat the single-player mode. She hadn't expected that Wang Jingyang would still be playing this game after so long. When you were around, we used to play through the night, so it was easy to beat the game. However, although I'm playing single-player now, I've already beaten many levels. I've beaten all the levels that we couldn't beat together. Wang Jingyang grinned at Lin Yan. Not bad. You're quite persistent. I gave up. Lin Yan nodded. I just don't want to give up. Wang Jingyang muttered. After playing with Wang Jingyang for the entire afternoon, they arrived at the mall. After strolling for a long time, Wang Jingyang was carrying bags of various sizes in his hands. Lin Yan, damn it. Aren't you here to buy clothes for me? Wang Jingyang bellowed at Lin Yan. Lin Yan glanced at Wang Jingyang. Why are you so selfish? What's wrong with me buying some clothes? You're a man. Do you think these things will tire you out? F***ck. You're so shameless. Wang Jingyang glared at Lin Yan. She wasn't buying clothes for him. She was obviously getting someone to pick them up. At midnight, at the place where Wang Jingyang had met Qin Huan, Wang Jingyang was dressed in a black robe. Oh my god. Lin Yan scanned Wang Jingyang from head to toe and exclaimed in surprise, I'm a god. What kind of taste did she have? How could she be so accurate? This was too similar. After Wang Jingyang put on the black robe, he looked at least 80% similar to the man in the black robe that night. Doggy, look. Don't they look alike? Lin Yan clicked on the video and showed it to Wang Jingyang. Wang Jingyang was speechless. Before Lin Yan could speak, Xing Chen and Ling Yu had arrived. Sister Yan, we're here. Ling Yu walked over to Lin Yan and whispered. Xing Chen sized up the black-robed Wang Jingyang. What are you looking at? Haven't you seen the black-robed man before? If you keep looking, I'll gouge your eyeballs out. Wang Jingyang glared at Xing Chen. Xing Chen, Miss Lin, did you get black robe himself? He looks just like him, Xing Chen said to Lin Yan. Lin Yan grinned. I have good taste. What's there to look alike? Aren't they all the same when they are wearing black robes? How can they look alike? Ling Yu asked curiously. That's right. This lady is very honest. She could have looked for anyone else, but she chose me to suffer, Wang Jingyang said. As they were talking, Qi Feng drove over. After getting off the racer, Qi Feng looked at them excitedly and said, Hello, everyone. I'm the racer, Qi Feng. It's an honor to meet a few professional actors. Hearing this, Xing Chen and the others were stunned. Professional actors? Professional actors are expensive. Lin Yan whispered to Xing Chen and Ling Yu. Yeah, we are all professional actors. Alright, let's start filming. Xing Chen nodded. Hello, the scene where you were beaten up was really good. It was as though you had been beaten up badly. I remember that you were seriously injured and almost killed. Qi Feng grinned. End of this chapter. Chapter 1004. Xing Chen stared at Qi Feng with an unfriendly expression on his face. Everyone should know how to film it. It's a replay of the video. The black-robed man severely injured Xing Chen and Ling Yu. Qi Feng stepped in to stop the fight and successfully chased the black-robed man away, said Lin Yan. Got it, got it. Hurry up, Wang Jingyang said reluctantly. Miss Lin, what about you? Qi Feng glanced at Lin Yan. I'm in charge of filming. I'm a professional. Lin Yan grinned. Has it started yet? I'm waiting to go home and play games. Wang Jingyang replied impatiently. Alright, let's begin. Lin Yan whipped out her phone and started recording. B** starred, die. The black-robed man bellowed at Xing Chen. Bring it on. I'm not afraid of you. Xing Chen bellowed. Lin Yan was speechless. Wasn't he being too exaggerated? I'm going to take your life. Wang Jingyang walked over to Xing Chen and punched him. Bang! A second later, Xing Chen instinctively raised his leg and sent Wang Jingyang flying. Lin Yan stared at Xing Chen in shock. Sorry. It was an instinctive reaction. Brother, are you alright? Xing Chen suddenly realized something and hurried to Wang Jingyang's side. F***CKU. Aren't we filming? Are you serious? Wang Jingyang yelled as Xing Chen helped him up. I'm not serious. If I were, you would have been kicked to death by me, Xing Chen replied awkwardly. I've been kicked to death by you? Are you bragging? Come on, kick me to death. Let's see, said Wang Jingyang. Can you be more professional? Lin Yan frowned as she walked forward. Can't we act the same as last time? After being lectured by Lin Yan, Wang Jingyang sighed. Alright, I got it. Oh, it was a mistake. This time, I promised to follow the script. Xing Chen nodded. Lin Yan returned to her seat and raised her phone. Be serious. Let's begin. Who are you? Xing Chen glared at Wang Jingyang and asked coldly. Kid, don't ask too many questions, Wang Jingyang replied calmly. You must have a death wish. Xing Chen was enraged as he charged at Wang Jingyang. Wang Jingyang waved his hand casually. A split second later, Xing Chen collapsed to the ground in an exaggerated fashion. He bit down on the chicken blood pouch in his mouth, causing blood to flow out from the corner of his lips, so strong. Impossible. Wang Jingyang was speechless. He felt that he had been greatly insulted and couldn't act anymore. How dare you beat Xing Chen up like this? At this moment, Ling Yu rushed out and glared at Wang Jingyang. She took a step forward and rushed towards Wang Jingyang with extreme speed. Wang Jingyang was speechless. Wang Jingyang was speechless. Wang Jingyang was speechless. Wang's Feng, Wang Chen said. Feng, Wang, Xing, Ling Chen and Tian. Feng and said, Ling, Chen, to the King Ling, Xing, Chen and Xing, King, Feng, Yu, Xing, Feng, Chen, Wang Yan the Chen Wang Feng. Wang Jingyang glanced at Qi Feng and said listlessly, cut the crap. Come and die. I advise you to surrender. You're no match for me, said Qi Feng. However, before Wang Jingyang could continue speaking, bursts of laughter came from nearby. Chapter 1005. As the laughter rang out, Lin Yan and the others looked around in confusion. A few seconds later, a dozen or so people walked out from nearby. Qi Feng stared at the people who had suddenly appeared and glanced at Lin Yan in confusion. What kind of show was this? She didn't remember so many people, right? I didn't expect that we would be able to wait. A young man with a buzz cut sneered coldly. Who are you? Lin Yan frowned. Evolved beings. Evolved beings? Lin Yan was startled when she heard that. What kind of show was this? How could an evolved being appear in a video? Guys, you guys have been very popular recently. The Hunters Guild really hates you guys. The fight between evolved beings was recorded by ordinary people and uploaded to the internet. It has disrupted the evaluation of the evolved beings in the capital. Who are you? How dare you hurt my friend? Qi Feng suddenly stood up. I won't let you succeed. Hearing this, all the evolvers present were stunned. Where did this fool come from? Scram. It has nothing to do with you. In that case, there's no need to waste your breath. Attack. Qi Feng said coldly. Lin Yan was speechless. This wasn't a movie. Couldn't he tell? Qi Feng charged at one of them, raised his palm, and slashed the neck of an evolved being. After a few seconds, Qi Feng whispered, Brother, you should fall. An evolved being was speechless. Qi Feng immediately raised his palm and gave him another palm strike. Brother, fall. You have a death wish. The evolved being, who had been slashed twice by Qi Feng, bellowed coldly and threw a punch. A huge force struck, and the force of the fist brought with it a howling gust of wind. At that moment, Qi Feng realized that something was wrong. In an instant, Qi Feng tapped the ground with his toes and retreated. He was agile and easily dodged the attack. Lin Yan stared at Qi Feng in astonishment. Had this fellow flown just now? However, Lin Yan didn't have time to think about it. She hurriedly told Xing Chen and Ling Yu, the Hunters Guild is here to cause trouble. Beat them up. Huh? Not acting anymore? Xing Chen wiped the chicken blood from the corner of his mouth and stood up. Why are you acting? Someone is looking for trouble, replied Lin Yan. Immediately, Xing Chen looked at the dozens of evolvers and furrowed his brows. These people who had unintentionally released the power of evolution were definitely not ordinary evolvers. Even if he joined forces with Ling Yu, they would not have any chance of winning. It was impossible for these people to be from the Hunters Guild. They should be desperados among evolved people who would not abide by any rules of evolved people. Everyone, we are from the Pei clan. Please give us some face and leave, Xing Chen said after a while. Pei family? Hearing this, a small portion of the evolvers looked at each other. Which Pei family? One of the evolvers asked. Cloud Manor, Xing Chen replied. Someone had offered a high price for Lin Yan's life. The price was tempting, but the Pei family was one of them. So what if it's the Pei family? We don't even care about the Hunters Guild. Why would we be afraid of the Pei family? An evolved being sneered coldly. Are you really not giving the Pei family any face? Xing Chen's expression gradually turned cold. Of course not. Then there's no other way. Xing Chen glanced at Lin Yan. Sister Yan, run. End of this chapter. Chapter 1006. If they had to deal with a few people, it wouldn't be a problem. However, there were so many people. They couldn't beat them. Instinctively, Lin Yan pulled Wang Jingyang and ran to the back. Are you not going to care about me? Qi Feng was also extremely fast as he followed Lin Yan closely. Qi Feng, are you also an evolved being? Lin Yan glanced at Qi Feng. Now isn't the time to talk about this. Qi Feng smiled awkwardly. Lin Yan was speechless. If she had known that this job would be so dangerous, she wouldn't have accepted it. There were dozens of evolved beings behind them. Other than physical evolved beings, there were also quite a number of evolved beings with brains. How could they let Lin Yan and the others leave so easily? In a few minutes, Lin Yan, Xing Chen, and the others were surrounded. That's not right. Suddenly, Lin Yan realized something and frowned. Why should I run? Why should I be afraid of them? Even the black-robed man isn't my match. How can these stinky fish and prawns do? Wang Jingyang was speechless. That's right. Xing Chen's eyes flickered. Sister Yan, teach these arrogant fools a lesson. I advise you to go back to where you came from. Otherwise, don't blame me for being ruthless. Lin Yan glanced at the evolved beings around her and said coldly. Hearing this, more than 10 evolvers suddenly laughed. One of them said, do you really think you're that strong? Miss Lin, this piece of trash looks down on you. Xing Chen glanced at Lin Yan. Ling Yu frowned. Sister Yan, I don't know what you're thinking, but if it were me, I would definitely let them know what cruelty is. Lin Yan was speechless. Xing Chen and Ling Yu were singing the same tune. Were they trying to stir up trouble? We only want this woman's fate. As for the others, they can leave if they want. However, if they want to protect her, they will die here tonight. You guys sure have big words. Lin Yan hissed coldly. A woman in her early 30s sneered. We'll only know if it's a provocation after we try. The woman leaped and appeared beside Lin Yan. The power of an evolved being surged as she tried to kill Lin Yan with a single blow. Instinctively, Lin Yan threw a punch at him. Wang Jingyang stood behind Lin Yan, so no one could see him. However, his fingers, which were hidden in his black robe, twitched slightly. Wow! In the blink of an eye, the woman fell heavily to the ground and spat out a mouthful of blood. The woman's face was as white as a sheet as she stared at Lin Yan in shock. F***ck me, Xing Chen and Ling Yu looked at each other. This was too terrifying. Previously, they had doubted whether Lin Yan was powerful. However, it seemed like she was indeed powerful. Did that mean that Lin Yan had relied on her own abilities to defeat the black-robed man that night? Lin Yan gazed at the woman who had fallen to the ground. Her face was brimming with confidence. Again? Let's attack together. This woman isn't simple either. Don't hold back and kill her directly. One of the evolvers shouted. Immediately, more than 10 evolvers charged over together, while a few other evolvers with brains displayed their evolved abilities from behind. However, Lin Yan wasn't the slightest bit afraid of these people. A cold glint appeared in Wang Jingyang's eyes. In a split second, an indescribable pressure of an evolved being surged in all directions. A second later, both the evolved beings with brains and the evolved beings who were close to Lin Yan felt as though they had been struck by lightning. As though they had discussed it beforehand, they fell to the ground at the same time and fainted. End of this chapter. Chapter 1007. Xing Chen and Ling Yu's faces were filled with disbelief and shock as they looked at the dozens of evolved beings who had been extremely arrogant but had now completely fainted. No one saw what Lin Yan had done, but dozens of evolved beings with extraordinary abilities had fainted just like that. This. Xing Chen glanced at Lin Yan before sizing up the dozens of unconscious evolved beings. My actions have exceeded the limits of Xing Chen and Ling Yu's understanding. Even Lin Yan was shocked. She didn't know what she had done. Those people seemed to have fainted on their own. Even Lin Yan was shocked. She had no idea what she had done. Those people seemed to have fainted on their own. Miss Lin, what did you do? How did this happen? Xing Chen gazed at Lin Yan, his eyes filled with admiration. I don't know either. Lin Yan was dumbfounded. Xing Chen was speechless. Miss Lin, do you need a disciple? You're also an evolved being, and so am I. Why don't I acknowledge you as my master and you acknowledge me as your disciple? Xing Chen stared at Lin Yan. They were both evolved beings. He looked at Lin Yan and then at himself. The gap between them wasn't small at all. Xing Chen finally believed that Lin Yan couldn't be a mere F-class evolved being. There had to be something wrong with the equipment or Lin Yan's level was too high for ordinary equipment to detect. Should we leave this place first? Qi Feng asked. Kid, did I bring these people here for you? Xing Chen's gaze landed on Qi Feng as he spoke coldly. Qi Feng shook his head and hurriedly said, Of course not. I don't even know them. Why would you think that? Before Lin Yan could reply, a round of applause came from afar. Lin Yan and the others seemed to size up the rain. They saw a young man walking slowly toward them. I should have guessed it long ago. If it was really you, how could these small fries be your match? Am I right? The man approached Lin Yan with a smile. Lin Yan furrowed her eyebrows when she saw the man. Of course, Lin Yan was familiar with this man. He was a pure evolved being who could even control beasts. If she remembered correctly, his name was Si Bai. Did you find these people? Lin Yan glared at Si Bai and asked coldly. Si Bai nodded and said, Indeed, I asked them to kill you. Unfortunately, these people are no match for you. Who are you? Xing Chen's gaze fell on Si Bai as he shouted sternly. Si Bai immediately looked at Xing Chen, and an inexplicable luster appeared in his eyes. In the next second, blood seeped out of the corner of Xing Chen's mouth, and he took a few steps back. What are you doing? Haven't you used up all the chicken blood? Lin Yan glanced at Xing Chen in confusion. Xing Chen frowned deeply. Miss Lin. It's not chicken blood, it's really my blood. This person's spiritual power is so strong. Lin Yan glanced at Si Bai thoughtfully. Very powerful? I don't think so. Si Bai had been beaten up badly by her last time. I told you a long time ago that you got the wrong person. If you continue to pester me, don't blame me for being rude, Lin Yan told Si Bai. Chapter 1008. Did you recognize the wrong person? The corners of Si Bai's mouth curled up slightly. Could there really be such a coincidence in this world? However, regardless of whether you deny the wrong person, whether you admit it or not, you will still have to bear the consequences of your own actions. Dying at the hands of the first generation of perfect test subjects that you personally created, that feeling should be very good. Lin Yan was bewildered when she heard Si Bai. What did he mean by the first generation of perfect test subjects? Lin Yan couldn't understand a single word that Si Bai had said. Swoosh. Without giving Lin Yan a chance to speak, Xing Chen suddenly moved. Xing Chen was extremely fast. He appeared in front of Si Bai in an instant and threw a punch at him. A powerful and pure brain-powered evolved being like him had a very weak body. As long as a physical evolved being like him got close, everything would be fine. Xing Chen had already made up his mind. When this man was unprepared, he would approach him as quickly as possible and give him a fatal blow. As long as he couldn't react in time, they would win. However, to Xing Chen's surprise, a copper wall suddenly fell as if by magic and happened to block Si Bai's side. Boom! A deafening sound came, like the sound of a bell in the morning. It hurt one's eardrums. What is this? Lin Yan was astonished. How could this be? Not only could Si Bai control ferocious beasts, but he was also a freaking magician. Create matter? Ling Yu's eyes widened. Impossible. Xing Chen frowned deeply. Unless he's a god, he can't create matter. Then why? Ling Yu stared at the copper wall beside Si Bai in disbelief. Xing Chen retracted his fist. A deep hole had been punched into the copper wall by Xing Chen. A second later, the copper wall disappeared as though it had never appeared. Did you perform magic? Lin Yan glanced at Si Bai in surprise. You should know this ability very well, right? You're the origin. Si Bai glanced at Lin Yan and chuckled softly. Behind them, Wang Jingyang sized up Si Bai with a strange expression. This man had to have recognized the wrong person. Otherwise, he would have recognized him. However, if he had recognized the wrong person, thinking of this, Wang Jingyang's expression suddenly changed, and he did not dare to continue thinking about it. He was afraid that time would not be so simple. What he thought was over might not be over. What nonsense are you spouting? I already told you that you have the wrong person, Lin Yan hissed coldly. However, Si Bai didn't say anything. After the bronze wall disappeared, a powerful mental force surged, as if it wanted to burn Lin Yan's soul completely. Lin Yan felt a bone-chilling pain as her soul shuddered in agony. At that moment, Lin Yan's mind was in a mess. Countless blurry images appeared in her mind. Those unfamiliar yet incomparably familiar memories came one after another. The first thing that appeared in his mind was a pack of ferocious wolves. The little girl hid behind the adults and stuck her head out. She curiously sized up the boy with long hair wrapped in animal skin who stood in the middle of the wolf pack. There was no human emotion in the boy's eyes, only the ferocity of a wild beast. This kind of fierceness made the girl feel fear, and she didn't dare to get close. However, she was still very curious. This was the first time the girl, who had never seen the outside world, was curious. Chapter 1009. She had been living a secluded life in the Mu family. The little girl had never had any contact with outsiders. Her life seemed to repeat itself every day. Every day, she would read, write, draw, and train. This was the first time the little girl had left the huge Mu family. Everything was new to her. The little boy standing among the wolves with a fierce look in his eyes was the first outsider she met after leaving the Mu family with her parents. The little girl saw many servants chasing and beating the wolves. The little boy's movements were no different from those of the wolves. He resisted with all his might, but he was also beaten and kicked by the servants. How could an ordinary person be compared to an evolved person, let alone a little boy? Mother, the little girl couldn't bear it. She looked at the beautiful woman beside her. Little Yen, be a good girl. The woman squatted down and picked up the little girl. Stop, all of you. The woman quickly stopped them. As the woman's voice subsided, the servant who was chasing the wolves away finally stopped. One of the white wolves howled. Seeing the little boy being pressed to the ground, it pounced on him like a madman. Let him go, the woman said. Yes, mistress. The little boy was released. The white wolf that rushed past licked the little boy's cheek. This child couldn't have been raised by wolves, right? He's actually mixed in with a wolf pack. Look at his eyes, there's only the fierceness of a beast in them. I'm afraid he'll be a disaster in the future, one of the followers said. The woman walked toward the little boy. Seeing this, the attendants looked at each other. Mistress, it's fine, the woman said with a smile. Hearing this, the followers didn't continue to speak. Soon, the woman successfully approached the little boy and squatted down. The little boy looked at the woman warily, but he still stood there without moving. "Do you have parents?" The woman's tone was very gentle. The little boy didn't speak. He stared straight at the woman. "Do you have a name?" the woman continued to ask. However, the little boy still didn't speak. "Mother, is he mute?" The little girl held the woman's hand and asked curiously. "Mistress, I'm afraid this child was raised by wolves." "I don't think he can speak," one of the servants said. "This child is so pitiful." The woman reached out and wanted to touch the boy's head. However, the boy instinctively dodged. The woman sighed and said to her attendant, "Bring some food over." Soon, the woman passed the food to the boy. The boy took the food, and there was finally a ripple in his eyes. He took the food and quickly ran to the wolves. He carefully placed the food in the mouth of a white wolf. The white wolf's entire body was dirty, and its snow-white fur had already turned brown. After the white wolf ate some of the food, it refused to continue eating the rest of the food and used its mouth to bring it to the child's hand. Only then did the little boy start wolfing down the food. "Let's go." After a long while, the woman finally spoke. "Mother, doesn't he have parents?" The little girl widened her eyes and looked back at the little boy from time to time. The little boy stood on the spot and looked at the girl curiously. "That white wolf is his parents," the woman explained softly. "But, that white wolf is very old. He shouldn't be able to live for long." "What about him?" the little girl said worriedly. The woman sighed and didn't continue speaking. After walking for a long time, the little girl suddenly said, "Mother, there are so many people in our Moo family. Can we bring that little brother back to the Moo family?" Chapter 10:10. Little Yen, be a good girl. Remember, only when you work hard and become stronger can you help more people like this, right? The woman squatted down and held the little girl's hands. "Yes, that's right." The little girl nodded. "When I grow up, if I have the ability, I will help many, many people like this so that they don't have to suffer hunger and pain anymore." Hearing this, the woman's face was filled with relief. "Then remember what you said today," the woman said with a smile. "Yes, Mother, I won't forget." The little girl nodded. "All right, then Mother promises you that I won't let your kindness be rejected," the woman said softly. The caravan returned the way they came. The little boy was still standing in the garden with the wolf pack behind him. "Mistress, that white wolf is dead." "It probably died of old age," one of the followers said. Hearing this, the woman sighed and walked toward the little boy. "Are you willing to come home with me?" The little boy glanced at the woman, then at the dead white wolf in his arms. Not long after, the little boy shed tears as he gently wiped the dust off the white wolf's fur. "Little big brother, come home with us. This place is so cold and there's nothing to eat. Our house is very warm." The little girl mustered up her courage and said softly to the little boy. Hearing this, the little boy wiped his tears and looked up at the girl. "Mother, let's help little big brother bury that white wolf, okay?" the girl said. "Okay." The woman nodded. After comforting the little boy for a long time, she took out the white wolf's body from his arms and buried it in the ground. Suddenly, tears flowed down the little boy's eyes again. After an unknown period of time, the little boy was led by the little girl as they walked into the distance. With every step, the little boy would turn back and look at the wolf pack, as if he was bidding farewell to his family. For a very, very long time, not a single wolf left. All eyes were focused on the little boy, and a rare expression of reluctance appeared in their bestial eyes. "We will take good care of little big brother. Don't worry, we will come back to see you." The girl turned around and waved at the wolf pack. When the girl's voice fell, the wolf pack licked their lips and howled before turning around and leaving. I don't know how much longer in the huge clan, the little boy looked at everything curiously, as if everything should have existed in his memory, but at the same time, it shouldn't have. Everything was like an illusion, causing him to be unable to distinguish what was real and what was fake. This is a drumstick. The girl stared at the boy and placed the chicken drumstick in the boy's hand. It's a drumstick, the boy said softly. Yes, it's a drumstick. Mommy made it myself. The girl smiled. Thank you. The bestiality in the boy's eyes seemed to have dissipated, and there was a rare shyness on his face. Big Brother Wolf, why don't you like the name Mommy gave you? The little girl asked. I don't like it. The little boy shook his head. How about I give you a name? The girl said with a smile. Sure. The little boy looked at the girl and nodded repeatedly. Moo, what is it? The little girl lowered her head in thought. After a moment, she suddenly said, how about Mu Yang? Bathing in the morning sun, I hope that every day in the future will be as warm as the blazing sun. End of chapter. Chapter 10-11. The memories that didn't belong to her surged into the depths of Lin Yan's mind like a tidal wave. Those faces that she was unwilling to forget, as well as those voices and smiles that she had never forgotten but had already passed away. Mu Yan. Are you alright? Don't forget me. Mu Yan, all the best. Mu Yan, you have to King live. Don't let me see you in the next 100 years. Xiaoyan. Save me. I don't want to die, Xiaoyan. Don't die. Mu Yan, you be starred. Have you forgotten me just like that? We are an iron triangle. Live well and love. Ah. In the dark night, Lin Yan let out a series of screams. A terrifying wave of air rose from her body, and the dozens of evolved beings who had fainted were instantly sent flying by this wave of air. Lin Yan. Wang Jingyang squatted down and comforted Lin Yan. I'm here. Xiaoyan. CK. Xing Chen and Ling Yu looked at each other. What had happened? It had only been a few seconds. That man must have used his mental strength to attack Sister Yen. Ling Yu said anxiously. Xing Chen frowned. No matter how high Miss Lin's evolution level is, she doesn't have much experience. Besides, it's a physical evolution. She definitely can't withstand that kind of pure mental attack. Starred. Xing Chen bellowed and flew to Si Bai's side. However, just like before, the bronze wall appeared again. It blocked Xing Chen outside. Although Xing Chen's fist was hard, the bronze wall was even harder. Given his strength, he still couldn't break the bronze wall's defense. The painful memories drowned Lin Yan like a tidal wave. Those familiar smiling faces could no longer be found in her memories. They had existed before, and every single one of them had made her work hard and unforgettable. Every single one of them had been indispensable in her life. Now, everything was like a passing word. Those familiar smiling faces and the scene of them fooling around, they smiled and blessed her. At the last moment of despair, they still stood in front of her. How could she forget them? What right did she have to forget them? How could she forget them? Mu Yan, I'll give you a little flower. Mu Yan, remember. Death isn't scary. What's scary is that you no longer have the desire to live. I know that you'll forget us. Live well, your knight will always be here. Mu Yan, I really like you. Don't die in front of me. If I die one day, remember to burn a few men for me. I want some good-looking ones. But before that, I will always be by your side. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. It was like a nightmare that made Lin Yan's head explode. She remembered those faces. She would never be able to let go of the past. Lin Yan's screams intensified. Xing Chen clenched his teeth, turned back, and said hurriedly, let's leave with Miss Lin first. That person is too strong. Why? Suddenly, Lin Yan's screams stopped, and her hair fell to the ground. What? Ling Yu walked forward and squatted beside her. Sister Yan, what did you say? Why? Why? Why is it me? Lin Yan's voice was laced with uncontrollable rage. End of chapter. Chapter 10-12. Xing Chen and Ling Yu were completely dumbfounded. They thought that Lin Yan had gone crazy because she had suffered a serious mental injury. The two of them watched as Lin Yan laughed unrestrainedly. The next moment, she was overcome with grief as tears streamed down her cheeks. Why is it me? Lin Yan mumbled softly. Miss Lin, are you all right? What are you talking about? Xing Chen looked worried. Ling Yu placed her palm gently on Lin Yan's shoulder. Get lost. To everyone's surprise, Lin Yan suddenly stood up as though she had been struck by lightning. Lin Yan bellowed furiously. In an instant, it was as though time had stopped because of Lin Yan's roar. Xing Chen and Ling Yu, who were squatting beside Lin Yan, felt as though their hearts had been grasped by an invisible force. Both of their pupils suddenly shrank. A second later, there was a loud bang. Xing Chen and Ling Yu fainted on the spot due to Lin Yan's uncontrollable aura. Xiaoyan, Wang Jingyang stood up silently and gazed at the girl who was about to lose control. Tears trickled down his cheeks as he stood rooted to the ground. I've always been here. Wang Jingyang stepped forward and hugged Lin Yan gently. Besides, I've always been prepared. I'll let you live well. They won't be able to hurt you or the people around you anymore. As long as I'm still here, as long as I'm not dead. If I really leave one day, you'll forget me. You'll forget everything. I can't accept this. Their foreheads were tightly pressed against each other, but their tears were mixed together. No one knew exactly what they had experienced or what they were enduring. Are you done with your act? Si Bai stood in the distance and asked with a faint smile. As Si Bai's voice fell, Wang Jingyang slowly turned his head. His pair of terrifyingly calm eyes seemed to pierce through his heart. Si Bai couldn't help but frown. This was the first time he had seen such a terrifying gaze. Was this the gaze of a human? Why did he see a terrifying beast in this man's eyes? You deserve to die. Wang Jingyang let go of Lin Yan and strode towards Si Bai with a gloomy expression. Oh, I was negligent. You are indeed a terrifying body evolver, but you are not my match. Stop, it has nothing to do with you. Si Bai said, I just want her life. Her debt will naturally be repaid. You're the one who reminded her of despair and the abyss. Wang Jingyang didn't reply and just muttered to himself. Interesting. The corners of Si Bai's mouth curled up slightly. If you're courting death, don't blame me for not giving you a way out. You deserve to die. Wang Jingyang took a step forward and instantly appeared in front of Si Bai. It was as if he had played with time and space and redefined time. Upon seeing this, Si Bai's expression suddenly changed, and he subconsciously retreated backward. Change the order of time and distort space? Si Bai looked at Wang Jingyang in surprise. But soon, Si Bai shook his head. Impossible. Could it be because it's an illusion caused by my speed? You've unlocked the gene. Swoosh. Wang Jingyang threw a punch. However, at the same time that Wang Jingyang made a move, an incomparably huge iron wall blocked in front of Si Bai. This bronze wall was many times stronger than the bronze wall that had blocked Xing Chen. It was as if a real bronze wall had descended into the world. End of this chapter. Chapter 10-13. Wang Jingyang stared at the iron wall in front of him and fell silent. This will be the strongest defense, even if you unlock the gene. Before Si Bai could finish his sentence, Wang Jingyang had already thrown a punch. Rumble. An ear-splitting sound spread in all directions, and the iron wall in front of him exploded instantly. There was no longer anything between the two of them. Si Bai looked at Wang Jingyang, who was very close to him, with a look of disbelief in his eyes. How was that possible, in this world, which evolver could actually evolve his body to such a terrifying state? With just one punch, the defense he was so proud of was instantly shattered and no longer existed. Sibai didn't have time to be shocked. As he retreated, a few indescribable huge beasts appeared out of thin air and blocked Wang Jingyang's path. Level 8 evolved beasts. Each of them has a Class S evolutionary power. You can try and see which of you has a stronger body. Sibai sneered coldly. I won't play with you today. If you want to protect that woman, remember to stay by her side at all times. Don't leave her side at all. I will be everywhere. Sibai turned around and disappeared into the night. Wang Jingyang frowned as he watched the beasts pounce on him. That man's evolutionary power was really strange. He had never seen such an evolutionary power before. After dealing with the beasts, Wang Jingyang returned to Lin Yan's side. Lin Yan was still squatting on the ground. She was holding her head with both hands, as though she was experiencing an incomprehensible pain. Xiaoyan. Everything will return to normal. I will accompany you and wait for that person to come looking for you. Then, I will take him, and disappear forever. I might, be ready. Wang Jingyang squatted down and gazed at Lin Yan. Moo. Yang, Lin Yan opened her reddish eyes, looking puzzled and nostalgic. She had all sorts of complicated emotions. Xiaoyan. Long time no see. I miss you so much. Wang Jingyang stared at Lin Yan. Their eyes met, and in that instant, the rims of their eyes reddened. I miss you, miss him, miss her. Lin Yan reached out her hand. I'm afraid. I'm afraid, I've already unlocked the third stage gene. Xiaoyan, I'm ready, Wang Jingyang said with a smile. A third stage gene. You can't. Lin Yan shook her head. We've been on the run for a long time, haven't we? Wang Jingyang murmured. There's nothing left for us to lose. I'll take back what was taken from you with my own hands. My Tier 3 gene is always waiting for this battle. I will die. Lin Yan gritted her teeth. Compared to death, I'm more afraid. Wang Jingyang gazed at Lin Yan, his eyes filled with reluctance. He wanted to say something, but he didn't. Do you still remember? We snuck out for a trip. That was the first time we saw the Azure Sea. Wang Jingyang shut his eyes as he watched Lin Yan's body emit a faint glow. Can you let me hear your voice again? In this world, your reflection is everywhere, but my you, where do you want to go? Yan. I know you'll never give in to fate. But this time, please don't think about it again. Wang Jingyang gently wiped the tears from the corners of Lin Yan's eyes. He didn't know if he was still smiling. Chapter 10:14. Lin Yan gazed at Wang Jingyang as she reached out to grab something. However, there was nothing around her. In her mind, the man in her eyes appeared. He stretched out his hand, but his cold face could not hide the tenderness in his eyes. Finally, she couldn't take it anymore and started to run away, crashing cars, oblivion. The corners of Wang Jingyang's mouth curled up when he saw the glow on Lin Yan's body. He had never smoked, so he took a pack of cigarettes and a lighter from Xingchen. He lit the cigarette, and the surroundings were filled with smoke. They just wanted to live, that was all. However, it was so difficult. However, her ability was really beautiful and special, but also very cruel. Go to sleep. I'll always be here. Wang Jingyang chuckled softly beside Lin Yan. After some time, Lin Yan felt a splitting headache. Her head felt like it was about to explode, and everything in front of her was a little blurry. A few minutes later, Lin Yan snapped back to her senses. Lin Yan, you're finally awake. Wang Jingyang chuckled softly at Lin Yan. Mu Yang. Lin Yan glanced at Wang Jingyang and spoke softly. At Lin Yan's words, the smile on Wang Jingyang's face vanished. A layer of mist formed in his eyes as tears trickled down his cheeks. He had a hard time pretending. Doggy, why are you crying? Lin Yan glanced at Wang Jingyang and patted her head. Did I scare you? I'm sorry. I really didn't expect it to be so dangerous. Otherwise, I wouldn't have asked you to come. Don't cry. I was wrong, yeah, it scared me. I'm scared. After some time, Wang Jingyang grinned at Lin Yan. What's going on? Where's Sibai? Lin Yan staggered to her feet. She was still puzzled. Who was Muyang? Why had she felt a strong urge to call his name? However, she couldn't remember anything at all. What was going on? After Sibai appeared, she had a splitting headache. She had no memory of what happened after that. Xing Chen, Ling Yu, when she saw that Xing Chen and Ling Yu were still unconscious, she rushed forward to check on them. Ah! Xing Chen took a deep breath, as if he had been holding it in for a long time. Whose sneak attacked me? Xing Chen immediately stood up and looked around vigilantly. Previously, he was fine, but his heart felt as if it was being squeezed tightly by someone, and then he lost consciousness. Not long after, Ling Yu also woke up. Sister Yan, are you all right? Ling Yu heaved a sigh of relief when she saw that Lin Yan was fine. Lin Yan nodded. I'm fine. It's good that you're fine. That man's power of evolution is so powerful. Where is he? Ling Yu looked around. Xing Chen and Ling Yu deeply believed that they had fainted because of Sibai's power of evolution. They ran away, Wang Jingyang said. Ah. Who chased him away? Asked Lin Yan curiously. You. Wang Jingyang laughed. Me? Lin Yan was startled. How could she have been chased away by him? She had no memory of it at all. Well, anyway, I only saw him being beaten away by you. I don't know anything else, Wang Jingyang said. Miss Lin, you're too strong. Xing Chen's eyes widened as he stared at Lin Yan in astonishment. Lin Yan shook her head. I can't remember, but I was chased away. Oh yeah, where's Chi Feng? That kid ran away a long time ago, replied Wang Jingyang. Lin Yan was speechless. End of this chapter. Chapter 10-15. Today, he had almost failed miserably in a simple task. When she had faced Sibai previously, she had taken advantage of the fact that he was unprepared to beat him up with one punch. However, Sibai had learned his lesson today and started to target her. This was also Lin Yan's true understanding of the power of an evolved brain today. To put it bluntly, although Lin Yan had fought with an evolved brain like Sibai, it had only been a face-to-face encounter. Although it was a battle, it was at most a sneak attack. She had knocked Sibai to the ground with one punch. Tonight, Sibai had obviously come prepared. Even Xing Chen had not succeeded and had almost annihilated their entire army. She had always underestimated Sibai. Lin Yan hadn't expected the ability of an evolved brain to be so special. If that was the case, it would be impossible to guard against. She had to be careful in the future. Doggy, are you all right? Lin Yan glanced at Wang Jingyang, feeling guilty. If it hadn't been for her, Wang Jingyang wouldn't have been in danger. I'm fine. I was just a little frightened, but what happened to you? Wang Jingyang asked Lin Yan and the others. Lin Yan smiled awkwardly. You might not believe me, but since you saw it, I'll tell you. Lin Yan had no choice but to tell Wang Jingyang about the evolved brain. Aren't you surprised at all? Lin Yan was puzzled when she saw Wang Jingyang's expressionless face. I'm surprised. Of course I'm surprised. I just couldn't come back to my senses. Wow, this is too cool. Wang Jingyang replied listlessly. Brother, don't tell anyone about what happened tonight. Xing Chen walked over and glanced at Wang Jingyang. Okay, I promise to keep my mouth shut. I won't say a word. Wang Jingyang nodded. Sister Yan, are we still filming? Asked Ling Yu. Lin Yan was speechless. What kind of international joke was this? No matter how much money he had, it wasn't as important as his life. Lin Yan called Chi Feng and told him to scram back. They waited for about half an hour before Chi Feng drove back. You ran faster than anyone, kid, Xing Chen said coldly as he glanced at Chi Feng. Fortunately, they did not have any relationship. If they had a slightly better relationship and were slightly more familiar with each other, Chi Feng's actions would make him a complete traitor. I'm not escaping. Actually, I'm going to find help. Chi Feng got out of the car and looked at Xing Chen and the others. Hearing this, the corners of Xing Chen's mouth twitched. Where are the helpers? Oh, I didn't find it. Chi Feng smiled awkwardly. Xing Chen, if he was afraid, then so be it. If he ran, then so be it. Why did he have to make himself sound so righteous? He even asked for help. How disloyal. Lin Yan glanced at Chi Feng. Chi Feng hurriedly said, I'm not loyal. Are you kidding me? I'm famous for my loyalty. I'm really going to find a helper, but as you know, helpers depend on fate. Maybe I'm not fated. By the time you find a helper, the cucumber will be cold. At that time, you can do the most loyal thing, and that is to help us collect the corpses. I'll burn some joss paper or something, Xing Chen said. Don't worry. I definitely won't shirk these small matters. Chi Feng nodded. Lin Yan was speechless. Wang Jingyang, Xing Chen, Ling Yu. Actually, Lin Yan didn't blame Chi Feng. This had nothing to do with Chi Feng, so there was no need to get involved because of them. Chapter 10:16. However, Lin Yan hadn't expected Chi Feng to be an evolved being. Chi Feng, you're an evolved being. Lin Yan glanced at Chi Feng thoughtfully. Hearing that, Chi Feng fell into silence. After a moment, he said, I am indeed an evolver. Xing Chen suddenly frowned. You're an evolved being. Why did you ask Miss Lin Yan to film a video? If you can't explain yourself today, I'm afraid it won't be easy for you to leave. Chi Feng frowned and glanced at Xing Chen. Kid. What do you mean? Who's a kid? Who are you calling a kid? Xing Chen popped a lollipop into his mouth. Chi Feng was speechless. Miss Lin, I suspect that the man from before colluded with Chi Feng to trick us here, Xing Chen told Lin Yan. Chi Feng hurriedly denied it. This has nothing to do with me. That man didn't know him at all. Think about it. If I was really with him, I could have just brought him to Miss Lin Yan. Why would I go through so much trouble to bring you guys along? Chi Feng is right. Lin Yan nodded. Sister Yan, even if he isn't with that man, he must have a motive. We have to make him explain, said Ling Yu. Lin Yan's gaze landed on Chi Feng. After sizing him up, Lin Yan frowned. Chi Feng, you said that you've had a wuxia dream since you were young. Before Lin Yan could finish, Chi Feng pointed to the sky and swore. Miss Lin Yan, if I lied to you, I wouldn't be human. I really had a wuxia dream since I was young. You're an evolved being. Do you still need a wuxia dream? Lin Yan frowned. Chi Feng was puzzled. An evolved being is an evolved being, and a wuxia dream is a wuxia dream. Is there a conflict between the two? This, Xing Chen stared at Chi Feng. He wanted to retort, but he realized that this fellow's words made sense. Can't I sleep in a hotel just because I'm used to 5-star hotels? Can't I eat egg fried rice because I'm used to eating delicacies? Could I? Stop. Xing Chen hurriedly stopped Chi Feng, who was about to speak, and said, All right, we believe that you have a wuxia dream. Please don't explain anymore. I'm afraid I'll lose control. Chi Feng, why did you ask us to film this video? I hope you can tell us the truth. Lin Yen stared at Qi Feng intently. Hearing this, Qi Feng fell silent. After a long time, Qi Feng said, I have a wuxia dream. Lin Yen was speechless. Xing Chen said, that's enough. Okay. I'll tell you, okay? Qi Feng sighed. You know that devil, right? What devil? Xing Chen did not understand. It's that demoness. Qi Feng said. Are you playing with me? Which demoness? Xing Chen said angrily. How would I know which demoness she is? That's what everyone calls her. She's quite a ruthless demoness. She's very famous in the circle of evolvers. However, she's very mysterious. Almost no one has seen her before, Qi Feng said. Lin Yen was speechless, Ling Yu was speechless, so, the demoness that Qi Feng spoke of couldn't be the person that Si Bai thought she was, right? Start updating begging for double monthly tickets la 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 la. End of this chapter. Chapter 1017. Si Bai wasn't the only one. Even Ling Yu had said that she was very similar to that demoness. Could she really be a demoness? Had she disappeared because she had been severely injured and lost her memory? Otherwise, how could she be so powerful? She had beaten the black-robed man and Si Bai away. She was too powerful. If she was a demoness, that would explain everything. However, Lin Yen thought about it carefully. She didn't seem to have any incomplete memories. How could she be related to the demoness? Could she have a split personality? Or had Pei Yuqing possessed her and used her identity to become a demoness? The more she thought about it, the more ridiculous she found it. The hole in his imagination was indeed a little too big. Why haven't I heard of a demoness? Xing Chen was deep in thought. Oh, you must be ignorant. If you have nothing to do, go to the Evolved People's Forum. There are many secrets there. Qi Feng grinned. What? The Evolved People's Forum? There's such a thing? Xing Chen was startled. Do you know how to surf the internet? Asked Qi Feng. Xing Chen shook his head naturally. I don't know how to. Oh. Then it's fine, said Qi Feng. Xing Chen was speechless. Why did he feel like he was being looked down upon? So you approached us and asked the original crew to film a video. What does this have to do with the demoness? Lin Yen glanced at Qi Feng. Actually, an old man asked me to do that. He said that you and the demoness are a little similar. Besides, this lady also looks like someone, so he asked me to gather all of you and make a video for him to take a closer look, said Qi Feng. Old man? What old man? Ling Yu suddenly frowned. Was he going to film her too? I'm not sure. Qi Feng shook his head. I'm not sure. You'd better tell the truth. Ling Yu said abnormally. I really don't know. Qi Feng sighed. If you don't even know who he is, why did you agree to do such a thing for him? Why did you even spend money to hire us to film a video? Asked Lin Yen. There are 120,000 words in the world. Which word do you think can make a person lose himself? Qi Feng sighed. Power. Xing Chen instinctively said. Qi Feng shook his head and glanced at Lin Yen. Lin Yen replied without hesitation, money. Qi Feng, is it love? Wang Jingyang asked softly. Qi Feng's eyes flickered when he heard Wang Jingyang's words. He couldn't help but clap. Yes, it's love. Lin Yen was speechless. Xing Chen, this brother understands it thoroughly. It's nothing more than love. Qi Feng sighed. Lin Yen stared at Qi Feng in surprise. So, you like that old man? Qi Feng, Xing Chen, Ling Yu, Wang Jingyang. Qi Feng frowned and said, What do you mean I like that old man? I like his daughter. He said that as long as I take a video of Miss Lin and Miss Ling Yu carefully, he will agree to let me date his daughter. F***CK. I don't care if you like that old man or his daughter. Why did you betray us? Lin Yan looked displeased. Actually, none of this is important. Selling you. No, liking her daughter is just incidental. It's mainly because I've had a martial arts dream since I was young, Chi Feng said. End of chapter. Chapter 10:18. What does that old man look like? Ling Yu asked anxiously. Ling Yu's expression changed drastically when she heard Chi Feng's description. Her body began to tremble involuntarily. Lin Yan, who sensed Ling Yu's abnormality, frowned and asked, Ling Yu, what's wrong? Ling Yu glanced at Lin Yan and forced a smile. Sister Yan, it's fine. Are you really fine? Lin Yan couldn't help but feel worried when she saw that Ling Yu didn't look too good. She had a feeling that something was on her mind. Sister Yan, I'm really fine. Ling Yu forced a smile and told Lin Yan. Although Ling Yu didn't say anything, Lin Yan felt that Ling Yu was hiding something from her. Is the demoness you're talking about death? Wang Jingyang glanced at Chi Feng. Yes. Death. That's right. Chi Feng nodded repeatedly. Apart from Chi Feng, everyone, including Lin Yan, turned to look at Wang Jingyang. What's wrong? Seeing this, Wang Jingyang was confused. Why were they all looking at him like that? Doggy, how did you know about this power? You even guessed correctly. Most importantly, you sound like you've heard of the demoness. Lin Yan stared at Wang Jingyang suspiciously. Even evolved beings like her and Xing Chen didn't know about it. How could an ordinary person like Wang Jingyang know? Besides Lin Yan, Xing Chen and Ling Yu also stared at Wang Jingyang in surprise. Wang Jingyang was speechless. Wang Jingyang was slightly taken aback when he heard Lin Yan's question. He suddenly recalled that he was just an ordinary person. As an ordinary person, how could he have mentioned death? A mistake. It was a complete mistake. Oh, this. Listen to me. Actually, I accidentally clicked into the Evolved Beings forum that the brother mentioned and read many posts. I thought they were made up by a bunch of lunatics. Wang Jingyang rolled his eyes and immediately found an excuse. Brother, are you joking? Chi Feng stared at Wang Jingyang. No, I'm telling the truth, replied Wang Jingyang. Impossible. Chi Feng shook his head and said, the Evolved Forum has been encrypted since it was established. Without multiple passwords, it's impossible to log into the Evolved Forum. If you're just an ordinary person, where did you get the password? Or could it be that you are actually an evolved person? You deliberately pretended to be an ordinary person. Oh, you want to live an ordinary life, am I right? Wang Jingyang. Right my ass. Lin Yan couldn't help but laugh when she heard Chi Feng say that Wang Jingyang was an evolved being who had deliberately disguised as an ordinary person. In this world, perhaps even Wang Jingyang's parents did not understand Wang Jingyang as well as she did. Lin Yan and Wang Jingyang had known each other for a long time. They were all too aware of his personality, capabilities, and abilities. It could even be said that they understood each other better than they understood themselves. If Wang Jingyang was an evolved person, she would have killed herself on the spot. It's actually like this, Wang Jingyang thought for a moment and said, I'm a professional hacker. Not to mention layers of encryption, even if you encrypt it 100 times, a hacker of my level can still easily crack it. End of this chapter. Chapter 10:19. Are you a hacker? Lin Yan glanced at Wang Jingyang in confusion. Why hadn't she known? Of course. There are many things you don't know. Wang Jingyang sneered coldly. How could I not know that you have hacking skills? There are many things that I don't know. Give me an example. For example? Lin Yan stared at Wang Jingyang. Wang Jingyang pondered for a moment before he sneered coldly. For example, am I the god of cookery? The corners of Lin Yan's mouth twitched when she heard Wang Jingyang. This slap in the face had come too suddenly, and she couldn't accept it emotionally. Indeed, she had only found out today that Wang Jingyang's culinary skills were so good. Perhaps it was because Wang Jingyang had never cooked before. Wang Jingyang added, "It's easy for a hacker to crack one or two passwords. That's why I said that the so-called encryption system of the evolved forum isn't good at all. Why don't you hire a professional hacker, such as me, to perfect the encryption? That way, it'll be very safe." "Yes, brother, what you said makes sense. Leave your contact information. I'm good friends with the administrator of the forum. We plan to ask you to design an encryption system for the forum," said Chi Feng. Wang Jingyang was speechless. He had just said it casually. What did he know about hacking skills? No way. Lin Yan frowned and told Chi Feng, "It will take at least half a month to complete this encryption system. It's too tiring." Wang Jingyang glanced at Lin Yan, feeling touched. Lin Yan gritted her teeth. "You have to pay more." Wang Jingyang yelled, "Lin Yan, damn you! You money can." Lin Yan glanced at Wang Jingyang. "You husky." Wang Jingyang was speechless. Did we stray from the topic? Didn't we just talk about death? Xing Chen couldn't help but ask. Lin Yan nodded and asked, "What kind of power is death? What does it mean?" "Destroying the world and gradually moving towards death." Ling Yu replied softly. "They are indeed arrogant. Destroying the world? Why don't they destroy the universe?" Xing Chen sneered coldly. Wang Jingyang's expression became more and more doubtful. He knew Mu Yen too well. Lin Yan and that demoness had nothing to do with death. Wang Jingyang couldn't understand why people would think that Lin Yan was that demoness. Naturally, Wang Jingyang did not have any relationship with death, nor had he ever seen the she-devil. If Lin Yan was the demoness, how could he not know? Wang Jingyang couldn't understand what had happened. Actually, Wang Jingyang had only heard of this organization. The leader of this organization was a woman. In the circle of evolvers, this woman was known as the she-devil. As for how old the she-devil was, as well as her appearance and personality, very few people knew. The she-devil herself was like a mystery. Before Wang Jingyang could continue thinking, a faint light flashed in his eyes. Immediately, Wang Jingyang calmly sized up the dark corner. Someone is secretly taking pictures of us." Wang Jingyang realized that he was just an ordinary person, so he didn't do anything himself. Instead, he turned to Lin Yan and the others. As soon as Wang Jingyang's voice fell, Xing Chen instantly moved. In less than 10 seconds, Xing Chen had caught a little fatty. End of chapter. Chapter 10:20. The chubby boy had a camera around his neck and was dressed casually. He looked like an ordinary person. "Who are you?" Xing Chen stared at the chubby boy. The chubby boy shuddered as beads of perspiration formed on his forehead. I just happened to pass by." The chubby boy's eyes were filled with fear. "You brought a camera with you?" asked Lin Yan curiously. The chubby boy nodded. "Yeah. I just wanted to record the beauty of the night, so I brought a camera with me. It's a habit of mine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that." "Xing Chen, take a look at his camera." Lin Yan glanced at Xing Chen. Hearing this, Xing Chen nodded and immediately removed the little fatty's camera from his neck. Other than photos, there were also many videos of them. There was even a video of Lin Yan chasing the black-robed man away. "Miss Lin, take a look." Xing Chen passed the chubby boy's camera to Lin Yan. Lin Yan took the camera from Xing Chen and scrutinized it carefully. After a while, Lin Yan frowned. "Were you the one who took the video?" Lin Yan's eyes landed on the chubby boy. The chubby boy's expression changed drastically as he shook his head frantically. No, it wasn't me. It really wasn't me. I didn't see anything. I don't know anything. It wasn't you?" Xing Chen strode forward and raised his hand. Lower your head. The chubby boy instinctively bowed his head. Xing Chen slapped the chubby boy's head. Ah! It hurts. It hurts so much. The chubby boy wailed like a ghost. Pain, my ass. I didn't even use any force. Xing Chen bellowed. Are you a drama queen? I really didn't take it. It has nothing to do with me, the chubby boy replied. Are you insulting our intelligence? You didn't take the photos in the camera. Did I? Xing Chen sneered coldly. The camera. Oh yeah, I picked it up just now. It wasn't mine at all. The chubby boy replied. Xing Chen was completely dumbfounded by little Fatty's words. He felt as though his intelligence had been humiliated by little Fatty. Didn't you just say that you have a habit of recording the beautiful world at night when you run at night? How come you're the one who picked up the camera now? Xing Chen sneered. Big brother, I was wrong. Can I delete it? I won't dare to do it again. I was the one who took it last time. Please don't kill me. I have an 80-year-old mother and 3 children waiting to be fed. My wife is disabled and I'm not in good health. I'm the only support of my family. If you kill me, my family's sky will fall. Little Fatty looked at everyone in fear. ID, Xing Chen said impatiently. Yes, yes, yes. Fatty hurriedly took out his wallet and handed it to Xing Chen. I want your F*King ID, who wants your money? Do you think I'm robbing you? Xing Chen yelled. My ID is in my wallet. The chubby boy said carefully. Xing Chen glared fiercely at the little Fatty, then immediately took out the little Fatty's wallet from his wallet. Xing Chen looked at little Fatty's date of birth and frowned deeply. He stared at little Fatty and said, I'm 17 years old this year. End of this chapter. Chapter 10:21. Yeah, I'm just a kid. The chubby boy nodded. Oh, 17 years old. You said that your mother is 80 years old. You have 3 hungry children and a disabled wife. Xing Chen said thoughtfully, come on, lower your head. Slap. Xing Chen slapped the chubby boy's head again. Ah. Big brother, don't kill me. I was wrong. I won't dare lie again. The chubby boy wailed in fright. You don't learn good things at such a young age. You like to secretly take pictures, don't you? You like to lie, don't you? I'll make your 80-year-old mother suffer, your disabled wife suffer, and your 3 children cry piteously for food. Xing Chen stood on his tiptoes and gave the little Fatty 3 smacks on the head. Delete the video you took tonight. If I find out that you're playing tricks, you're dead. Xing Chen tossed the camera at the chubby boy. The chubby boy took the camera aggrievedly and deleted the video reluctantly. Big brother and big sister, are you really evolved beings? Can humans really evolve? Do they have superpowers? Just like in the movies? The chubby boy noticed that Xing Chen and Lin Yan weren't as cruel as he had imagined, so he mustered his courage and asked. Haven't you been beaten up enough? Xing Chen bellowed. No, no, no. I won't ask any more. I don't know anything. I didn't hear anything. Please don't kill me, big brother. The chubby boy was on the verge of crying. Xing Chen turned to Lin Yan. Miss Lin, how is this chubby boy's acting? Lin Yan grinned thoughtfully. It seems like he won Best Actor. I reckon even Pei Nanshu can't compare to him. I think so too. He's a pure actor. Xing Chen sighed heavily. Lin Yan sighed heavily. We never thought of killing you or silencing you. Did you act too much? There's nothing to silence, Sister Lin Yan, I was wrong. I'm your hardcore fan. The chubby boy stared at Lin Yan. Lin Yan was speechless. How could there be a fan who could act better than her? She refused to acknowledge such a fan. Listen to me. The video that you shot last time actually caused us a lot of trouble. Do you know that? I hope that you won't do that again, Lin Yan told the fatty solemnly. According to Pei Yucheng, the video from last time had been widely circulated in the evolved human circle. It had even spread to the evolved human circle abroad. It might cause serious trouble in the future. As for why there would be trouble, he didn't elaborate. Hence, Lin Yan had no idea. However, since Pei Yucheng had mentioned this, there would definitely be trouble. All of this was because of this irresponsible little fatty. What the hell? Sister Lin Yan, don't worry. I won't post it again. The last time. I didn't recognize you. Otherwise, I wouldn't have posted it. Fatty pointed at the sky and swore. He looked as though he would be struck by lightning. Lin Yan glanced at him strangely. You said that you didn't recognize me last time? Didn't you just say that you're my hardcore fan? Fatty was speechless. Miss Lin Yan, I told you that this kid is a drama queen. We have to teach him a lesson. Otherwise, he won't remember. Xing Chen gritted his teeth in anger. End of this chapter. Chapter 1022. He was so good at acting at such a young age. Why didn't he become an actor? Don't hit me. I was wrong. The chubby boy instinctively covered his head. Forget it. Let him go. Lin Yan didn't know whether to laugh or cry. This was the first time she had seen such a drama queen. Staring at the fatty's ID card, Xing Chen said, Let me tell you, I've memorized your address. Don't you dare play any tricks. If you send anything to the internet again, I'll follow the address on your ID card and go straight to your house. Alright. I'll move tomorrow. No, I'll quit using a camera tomorrow. I won't take photos secretly anymore. The chubby boy vowed. Let's go. Xing Chen returned the ID card to the chubby boy. After leaving, the chubby boy ran as fast as he could, afraid that Xing Chen would catch up to him and beat him up. After running for a few kilometers, the chubby boy finally stopped, panting. Humph. Idiot. You know that I'm a drama queen, yet you're still so easily fooled by me. The chubby boy grinned and took out a memory card. Then, the little fatty inserted the memory card into the camera. Mu Yang. Mu Yan. Is Sister Lin Yan's name Mu Yan? At this moment, little fatty was sitting on the grass, looking at the footage he had taken today, deep in thought. From the moment Si Bai had appeared to the moment Lin Yan had lost control, to the moment Wang Jingyang had hugged and comforted her, everything, including their conversation, had been played clearly on the chubby boy's camera. It's too touching. F***ck, I'm still a single dog. I thought it was a superpower blockbuster, but it turned out to be a romance film. That little brother is so amazing and touching. I must upload this online. I want everyone to see the purest love. The chubby boy took out a tissue from his pocket and wiped his snot. Could it be that there really are evolved beings in this world? The little fatty's face was full of excitement after he turned off the video. Although he had seen it with his own eyes tonight, he still found it hard to accept, especially when he had seen the battle between Wang Jingyang and Si Bai, the giant beast that had appeared out of thin air, and even the terrifying iron wall. It was too exaggerated. They must be evolved beings. They definitely have superpowers. The chubby boy was increasingly certain. If he really uploaded this video online, would Lin Yan and that child really find his house and kill him? If that really didn't work, he would have to move. Lin Yan, Wang Jingyang, and the others were still there. Ling Yu seemed to have a lot on her mind and was not in the right state of mind. Xing Chen asked her several times, but Ling Yu seemed to be absent-minded. If there's nothing else, I'll leave first. Qi Feng glanced at Lin Yan and the others. Let's go. Lin Yan waved her hand dismissively. You betrayed your friends. Bastard. Qi Feng, who had just turned to leave, suddenly walked back. Miss Lin Yan, please watch your words. You can ask around. I'm famous for being loyal and willing to risk my life for my friends. I think you're stabbing a friend for your own benefit, quipped Lin Yan. Sigh, alright, I was wrong, but I really didn't have any bad intentions. That old man's daughter is indeed beautiful. No, that old man really doesn't look like a bad person. I just helped him along the way. I definitely won't do it next time, alright? Chi Feng sighed. I can forgive you, but there are conditions. Lin Yan frowned. Chi Feng was slightly taken aback. Soon after, he patted his chest and said, alright, as long as I can do it, tell me. End of chapter. Chapter 1023. Pay us double for tonight's video. Take it as compensation for our emotional losses, Lin Yan said solemnly. Xing Chen was speechless. The baffled Wang Jingyang, Ling Yu, who was distracted, was speechless. You're too evil. Chi Feng gritted his teeth. The price he had been willing to pay was already extremely high. He had asked him to pay double because he felt guilty. He wanted to die. Phone, QR code. I'll scan it. Chi Feng gritted his teeth. Lin Yan, who had a solemn expression on her face, suddenly chuckled. Indeed, we didn't misjudge you. We believe in you. You're loyal. Xing Chen was speechless. I don't believe you. Wang Jingyang was speechless. Ling Yu was speechless. After scanning the QR code, Lin Yan glanced at her account balance and grinned in satisfaction. Are you hungry? I'll treat you to a meal. Miss Lin Yan, I've finally seen it. You change your attitude faster than flipping a book. You're really the first. Chi Feng sighed heavily. The guilt in his heart had vanished. Are you eating or not? If not, go home and report to the Aurora team tomorrow. Lin Yan glanced at Chi Feng. I'll eat. I'll definitely eat. It's cheap. Chi Feng replied. He had given her so much money, so why wouldn't she eat? He had to at least make Lin Yan pay tonight. Do you want to go home and rest? Lin Yan glanced at Xing Chen and the others. The corners of Xing Chen's mouth twitched as he glanced at Lin Yan. Miss Lin Yan, you asked us to film without hesitation. We worked hard all night and almost lost our lives. It's fine that you didn't give us a single cent. But you're treating us to a meal and asking us to go home and rest. Isn't that a little? Lin Yan was speechless. She hadn't realized it before, but after hearing Xing Chen's words, she realized that she was a little stingy. That shouldn't be the case. I got it. Let's go together. Lin Yan sighed. She was going to spend money again. Lin Yan's eyes trailed to Wang Jingyang. Wang Jingyang glared at Lin Yan and bellowed coldly, Lin Yan, you're a money grubber. You didn't give me a single cent to work with you and put me in danger. If you dare to ask me if I eat, I will kill you. I'm serious. Lin Yan furrowed her eyebrows and studied Wang Jingyang for a long time. After some time, she replied, even if I don't bring the whole world with me, I won't leave you behind. Wang Jingyang's expression turned unnatural when he heard Lin Yan. His heart ached for her. Doggy, I'll give you $200. Go buy some groceries and we'll go to your house to eat. Lin Yan grinned and fished out 200 yuan bills from her pocket. She then handed them to Wang Jingyang. Even Chi Feng and Xing Chen were dumbfounded, let alone Wang Jingyang. Giving Wang Jingyang 200 yuan to buy groceries, to eat at Wang Jingyang's house? Was this what Lin Yan meant by treating them to a meal? Lin Yan, you're a money grubber. Do you think I need your money? Wang Jingyang glared at Lin Yan and gritted his teeth. Good doggy. Lin Yan gave Wang Jingyang a big hug. Wang Jingyang, who was suddenly hugged by Lin Yan, had a complicated expression on his face. Lin Yan let go of Wang Jingyang and snatched the 200 yuan from his hand. End of this chapter. Chapter 1024. What are you doing? Wang Jingyang was puzzled. Air. You don't need 200 yuan. I do. You can buy it yourself. Be good. Lin Yan grinned at him. Take it back. Who said that I don't need it? Wang Jingyang rolled his eyes at Lin Yan. Lin Yan was speechless. Why was he going back on his word? This rascal, Lin Yan had no choice but to pass the 200 yuan to Wang Jingyang. Wang Jingyang took the money and stuffed it into his pocket. He didn't want Lin Yan to regret her decision. You want me to cook at my place? You have to pay more, quipped Wang Jingyang. Given our relationship, isn't it easy to pay? Aren't you bronze? I'll bring you silver, quipped Lin Yan. Wang Jingyang deliberated for a moment before he replied, gold. Lin Yan replied, deal. It wasn't an easy meal either. They waited until dawn at Wang Jingyang's place before the dishes, which were worth 200 yuan, were served. Xing Chen, who was stunned by the aroma of the food, exclaimed, it can't be. His cooking skills are so good. Wang Jingyang sneered coldly. Keep a low profile. It's all because of your innate talent. Even Ling Yu, who was preoccupied with her own thoughts, was mesmerized by Wang Jingyang's cooking. Try it. Don't stand on ceremony. Lin Yan grinned. Then we won't stand on ceremony. Xing Chen was the first to pick up a piece of chicken. He had just placed it in his mouth when he realized that Ling Yu was glaring at him coldly. Xing Chen pushed the chicken away from his mouth and placed it in Ling Yu's bowl. Lin Yan was speechless. His desire to live, everyone exclaimed in admiration when they picked up their chopsticks. They couldn't stop praising Wang Jingyang. Brother Wang Jingyang, I have an idea. Xing Chen's eyes trailed to Wang Jingyang as he said, I'll open a 5-star hotel. You can be the chef and we'll split the profits equally. Before Wang Jingyang could reply, Lin Yan frowned. Get lost. How dare you poach my man in front of me? Hearing that, Xing Chen smiled awkwardly. Miss Lin, why don't we work together? I feel that with brother Wang Jingyang's culinary skills, if he doesn't do something and become a chef, then it's really. Our racing team lacks a chef. If brother Wang Jingyang is willing to come, our team will pay this price. Qi Feng looked at Wang Jingyang and said. Get lost. I'm not only good at cooking, I'm also a hacker. Am I going to be a network administrator? Wang Jingyang said coldly. That's fine too. I'll invest. Let's open an internet cafe and split the money we earn. Qi Feng said. Lin Yan was speechless. Wang Jingyang, Xing Chen, hackers and internet cafes. How were they related? Where's the wine? Why didn't you buy any, Miss Lin? Qi Feng was enjoying his meal when he realized that there was only plain water on the table. Why would we drink? We're racers. We don't drive when we drink. We don't drink when we drive, Lin Yan replied. Qi Feng was confused. Miss Lin, I know that apart from being evolved humans, we're also excellent racers. However, what does this have to do with me drinking now? I'm not competing, I'm not on the track, and I'm not driving. Why can't I drink? Lin Yan, you're too stingy. We paid you so much, but you didn't even prepare any wine for us. Aren't you embarrassed? Wang Jingyang frowned at Lin Yan. Lin Yan was speechless. End of this chapter. Chapter 1025. Brother Xing Chen, do you want to drink? Qi Feng looked at Xing Chen. Hearing this, Xing Chen smiled and nodded. It doesn't matter whether I want to or not. It's fine if I don't drink. The main thing is that the dishes are too delicious. I feel that if I don't drink a cup or two, I'd be letting down brother Wang Jingyang's cooking. Miss Lin Yan, go and buy alcohol. Qi Feng glanced at Lin Yan. Lin Yan was speechless. Xiaoyan, let me go. There's a new bar that sells good alcohol. You don't know the way, Wang Jingyang told Lin Yan. Okay, go ahead. Be careful. Lin Yan nodded. Are you done? Wang Jingyang stared at Lin Yan intently. What's wrong? Lin Yan was puzzled. I'm going to run an errand to buy alcohol. You should pay for it. Aren't you treating me? Wang Jingyang said angrily. Lin Yan was speechless. How much? Asked Lin Yan curiously. 1,000 a bottle, Wang Jingyang answered honestly. Dog, although I'm not a human, you are a real dog. I'll give you 100 yuan to buy a carton of beer. If I don't drink you to death tonight, I'll change my surname to yours. Lin Yan glared at Wang Jingyang. 1 bottle of wine for 1,000? Are you kidding? At this time, the supermarkets are all closed. Only the liquor cabinet is open. 3 bottles are sold at a starting price of 1,000 a bottle. Do as you see fit. Wang Jingyang laughed. Let's drink beer. Replied Lin Yan. Why are you drinking beer? Qi Feng was immediately unhappy. I have gout. I can't drink beer. You're an evolved being, yet you have gout? The corners of Lin Yan's mouth twitched. She felt as though she had been insulted. Can't evolvers have gout? I can't control my genes. It's normal for me to get cancer, let alone gout. I don't care. I want a bottle of wine for 1,000 yuan. I can't drink beer, Qi Feng said. Lin Yan wanted to cry, but no tears would come. Why would she want to drink? She could save a lot of animals with 3,000 yuan. He could buy a lot of dog food and supplements, and he could also add some cat and dog kennels. These people were too extravagant. However, even though she said so, it was indeed not appropriate for her to go back on her words since she had said that she would treat them. Scan the code. Lin Yan gritted her teeth as she spoke to Wang Jingyang. Here. Wang Jingyang placed the QR code before Lin Yan. Wang Jingyang was all smiles when he received the money from Lin Yan. To buy alcohol. Lin Yan glanced at Wang Jingyang. What's the hurry? Wang Jingyang rolled his eyes at Lin Yan. Then, under everyone's astonished gazes, Wang Jingyang opened the drawer and took out 3 bottles of red wine. Lin Yan's jaw dropped to the ground as she stood rooted to the ground. Yan, look carefully. This red wine costs 1,000 yuan per bottle. I'm not lying to you. Wang Jingyang immediately placed 3 bottles of red wine on the dining table. Xing Chen stared at Wang Jingyang and suddenly clapped his hands. He was really impressed by Wang Jingyang's amazing performance. Wang Jingyang was well aware of how stingy Lin Yan was. He was afraid that he was the only person in the world who could scam Lin Yan out of 3,000 yuan. Pup, I was wondering why you were so attentive and took the initiative to buy alcohol. Now I understand. I might not be a human, but you're a real dog. Lin Yan glared at Wang Jingyang, wishing she could swallow him alive. She had seen shameless people before, but she had never seen someone as shameless as him. End of this chapter. Chapter 10:26. There was wine at home, but he hadn't taken it out. She had even taken the initiative to fork out 3,000 yuan. You're a liar. Shameless. Lin Yan glared at Wang Jingyang. Wang Jingyang pursed his lips and glared at Lin Yan. How am I a liar? I did buy the wine, didn't I? Did it fly all the way to my house? 1,000 yuan per bottle isn't wrong. I didn't say that I went downstairs to buy the wine. Can't I buy it earlier? Seriously? You're ruthless. Lin Yan gave Wang Jingyang a thumbs up. This time, Wang Jingyang would never be able to cheat her of a cent again. Oh yeah, why did you buy the wine? Lin Yan glanced at Wang Jingyang with a puzzled expression. Based on Lin Yan's understanding of Wang Jingyang, he didn't smoke or drink. Why would there be wine at home? I bought it to wash my feet. Wang Jingyang sneered coldly. Doggy, is your skin itchy because I haven't hit you in 3 days? Lin Yan glared at Wang Jingyang and gritted her teeth. Wang Jingyang was speechless. Of course I bought the wine to drink. Am I really going to use it to wash my feet? Wang Jingyang sighed helplessly. Didn't you say that you don't drink? Lin Yan was puzzled. Have you forgotten that we used to drink beer together? Wang Jingyang quipped. You stopped after a few sips every time. Most of it was spat out secretly. Don't think that I don't know, quipped Lin Yan. Wang Jingyang chuckled and fell silent for a moment. Sometimes, I can't fall asleep. I want to taste what it feels like to be drunk. Let me tell you. That demoness is very powerful. You have to be careful. Don't offend her. After 3 rounds of wine, Qi Feng, who seemed a little tipsy, spoke to everyone. Xing Chen chimed in, Brother, didn't you say that the demoness is dead? Then, what's there to be afraid of? Sigh. How useless. Xing Chen had also drunk a lot and was slightly tipsy. He had already started to address Qi Feng as his brother. If Lin Yan hadn't stopped him, the two of them would have kowtowed and become sworn brothers. Then, the demoness is missing. Her disappearance might not mean that she's really dead. This demoness is very mysterious, and the power she founded is also very mysterious. Perhaps she's plotting something. Of course, what are we talking about today? Don't spread what we said today. If the demoness faction finds out, they'll kill me. Qi Feng said. Hearing that, Xing Chen pointed at Qi Feng and laughed. You think too highly of yourself. Their revolvers are so powerful. How would they know who you are? They even came to take revenge on you. You have no self-awareness. Qi Feng looked at Xing Chen and said, Me? What's wrong with me? I'm awesome too. I'm awesome in a lot of ways. We brothers have been together for a long time. You'll know in the future. Lin Yan was speechless. Ling Yu, Sister Yan, let's go back. They seem to have drunk too much, Ling Yu told Lin Yan. Lin Yan nodded when she heard Ling Yu. After everyone left, Wang Jingyang stood in front of the door and watched Lin Yan's back. He suddenly said, Xiaoyan. Lin Yan turned around and met Wang Jingyang's eyes. Lin Yan seemed to have seen something in Wang Jingyang's eyes, but a certain emotion flashed past. It was as if it had never appeared before. End of this chapter. Chapter 10:27. Doggy, what's wrong? Lin Yan stared at Wang Jingyang curiously. Wang Jingyang fell silent for a moment before replying, Nothing. Be careful when you go back, okay? Don't worry, I'm an evolved being. Doggy, tell me if anyone bullies you in the future. I will definitely teach them a lesson for you. Lin Yan chuckled softly at Wang Jingyang. After Lin Yan left, Wang Jingyang closed the door. He glanced at the bottle of red wine on the table and gulped it down. On the way back, Ling Yu seemed troubled. She seemed to have something to say to Lin Yan, but she didn't say it. If Ling Yu wanted to say it, she would naturally say it. If Ling Yu didn't, Lin Yan naturally wouldn't ask. After returning to Cloud Manor, Lin Yan returned to her room. Before long, someone knocked on the door. Lin Yan stood up and opened the door. Ling Yu was standing outside. Sister Yan, I have something to tell you, Ling Yu said to Lin Yan. Come in. Lin Yan glanced at Ling Yu before turning to enter the room. Ling Yu sat on the couch, not knowing what to say. Lin Yan scrutinized Ling Yu for a moment before she said, Xiaoya, ever since Qi Feng described the old man's face, you've been acting strangely. If you have anything to say, you can tell me. It's fine. Ling Yu gritted her teeth. Sister Yan, I'm afraid we are in big trouble. Big trouble? Lin Yan's expression changed when she heard Ling Yu. Ling Yu had always been a steady person and never spoke carelessly. For her to say, big trouble, just how big was this trouble? Xiaoya, don't be anxious. Tell me slowly. What trouble is it? Lin Yan frowned at Ling Yu. Sister Yan, do you know who the old man Qi Feng mentioned today is? Ling Yu looked anxious. Who is it? Lin Yan asked curiously. A member of the evolved being Death. Ling Yu explained to Lin Yan. Lin Yan's expression changed when she heard that. Were they the subordinates of the she-devil? Xiaoya, don't be too anxious. Could there be a mistake? It can't be such a coincidence, Lin Yan analyzed. There's no mistake. Ling Yu shook her head. Everything he said is consistent. Besides, if I wasn't a member of Death, I wouldn't have allowed Qi Feng to film me. After the demoness disappeared, we lost contact, so I left Death and stayed by Brother Yu's side. If they found out, they wouldn't let me off. However, I always thought that I hid it well. It's all that fatty's fault. Lin Yan fell silent when she heard Ling Yu. Indeed, just as Ling Yu had said, a very strict evolver organization would never allow their own evolvers to betray them. Although Ling Yu was not considered a betrayal, in a sense, it was not much different from a betrayal. It's not just me. Sister Yan, you look very similar to the demoness. This time, they asked Qi Feng to include you. I'm afraid that you will be implicated. If that's the case, the consequences will be unimaginable. Lin Yan didn't reply. Instead, she fell silent. Lin Yan grinned. Xiaoya, don't worry. Chapter 1028. Actually, Lin Yan didn't care much about evolved beings like Death. That demoness had disappeared a long time ago, and she didn't know if she was dead or alive. Even if she hadn't disappeared, she wouldn't be afraid of her if they really fought. In front of her was a black-robed man, and behind her was Si Bai, who had a pure brain and unimaginable power. Which one of them wasn't a boss-level evolved being? But so what? Both of them had been defeated by her hands. The demoness was powerful, but was she more powerful than the two of them? Even if they were more powerful than Si Bai and the mysterious black-robed man, they might not necessarily be as powerful as her. Besides, this was Cloud Manor. If they wanted to touch them, they would have to think twice. Xiaoya, don't be afraid. Perhaps it's just a coincidence. It might not be what you think. Even if it is, I will stand up for you, okay? Lin Yan could only comfort Ling Yu when she saw her flustered expression. Before Lin Yan could respond, she heard a commotion in the yard. Ling Yu's expression changed drastically when she heard the noise. Oh no. They're here. Ling Yu glanced at Lin Yan in fear. Lin Yan was speechless. Lin Yan felt that Ling Yu was a little frightened. Ling Yu, what are you waiting for? Before Lin Yan could speak, an old man's voice was heard. Even Lin Yan's expression changed when she heard that. Was this the fastest slap in history? Sister Yan, let's run. Ling Yu grabbed Lin Yan's hand. Lin Yan shook her head without the slightest hint of panic on her face. She smiled at Ling Yu. They are outside. Where can we go? There aren't many people in Cloud Manor these few days. We can only rely on ourselves. Then, Sister Yan, I'll go out. You stay and hide in the house. Don't show yourself. Ling Yu's eyes were filled with determination. Do you think your sister Yan is like Qi Feng? Do you think she's a disloyal person? Lin Yan grinned. Ling Yu was speechless. Don't be afraid. Let's go out and meet them. Lin Yan pulled Ling Yu out. There was a creak. Lin Yan pushed the door open. There were about 7 or 8 people in the courtyard. They were all young men, and there was only one old man. This old man's appearance was just as Qi Feng had described. It was quite recognizable. The moment Lin Yan appeared, the old man's eyes were drawn to her as he scrutinized her face. Similar, too similar, simply like the same person. In this world, there were actually two people who were so similar. It was truly inconceivable. The old man retracted his gaze from Lin Yan and turned to Ling Yu. Ling Yu, you should know what will happen to you. Do you need me to repeat it to you? The old man said expressionlessly as he looked at Ling Yu. Ling Yu's expression changed when she heard the old man's words. Do you want to leave with me, or do you want me to bring you away from this place? I do not wish to waste any time, and I hope that the two of you will not waste my time, and even more so, do not waste your own time. At the very least, the two of you can properly cherish yourselves right now, the old man continued. Are you AF * King Chatterbox? Is Dern very impressive? Lin Yan asked the old man impatiently. However, the old man was taken aback by Lin Yan's words. He was in disbelief. You're tuning into the Romantic Tales YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.